Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready to rock? Welcome to episode 18, Keys to the Door, of Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsy's, where you get to watch an old heavy metal fan, me, look through an old heavy metal magazine, KERRANG, while I'm drinking a cup of coffee. So, episode 18, issue 18. This is another one that I've got. I've got two of these. It's in stereo. Never quite work out where I've got two things. I think what happens is a lot of people, donate stuff. Donate stuff. Camera's out of focus already. A lot of people donate things to me, say, oh, I've got a lot of heavy metal stuff that I don't need anymore. Just give it to Dunsy. He's got tons of heavy metal stuff. He needs more. And that's true. I do need more. You cannot get enough heavy metal stuff. So like all these, I'll try and do it in one go. I will scan some of the pages in so you can read them at your leisure. And let's go on with it. So KERRANG 18, June 17 to June the 30th of 1982, 60 pence. 12 bob, we would have said back in the day. So who's in here? It's a world exclusive. Bobby Plant. Oh, it's Britain's Loudest Rock Mag. Still Britain's Loudest Rock Mag. Journey. Randy, California. The Rods. Free. Riot. Oh, I'm going to interrupt here. I've been doing, what have you been listening to? So, what have I been listening to? I have been listening to tons of the Joe Perry project. Bootlegs and everything like that. I've changed some albums on my wall and I'm back to the Joe Perry project. Has been the greatest band ever, apart from, another band I could name tomorrow, because I've got my Joe Perry Burnley Les Paul. So I have been listening to the Joe Perry project all week. Love the Joe Perry project. What have you been listening to? Have you been listening to old stuff or new stuff? I tend to listen to old stuff. Where was I? Riot, Y&T, The Stones, Motorhead, Iron Maiden, Bernie Tormé, Van Halen, Cheap Trick, Rory Gallagher, OYSTER, Cult, Queen, Heart, Joan, Jett. And get this, you can win Bernie Tormé's smashed guitar, plus Journey picture discs and t-shirts. We've got Robert Plant balancing an ice cream cone on his face. Very clever. So Mayhem. Be careful here. All these magazines are of their time, so there's probably stuff in here that you would have got away with in 1982, but you wouldn't get away with in 2025. So there's lots of guys holding up a lady in underwear. Former Cheap Trick bassist Tom Peterson has resurfaced in LA. Of course, he left to be replaced by John Brandt and Pete Cometa, I believe, were the two. So who else is in here? Joan Jett is in there. Who's the outrageous scenes? Oh, Liverpool band Rage. It's their album Nice and Dirty. I would not get away with putting that on my channel in 2025. RIOT Speedwagon. Oh, I noticed something the other day. Again, I like to keep my finger on the pulse. Kevin Cronin's going out doing the sound or the songs of RIOT Speedwagon, because I think him and somebody else fell out. Him and Bruce somebody. Can't remember. I do like RIOT Speedwagon. I'm on the road again. Billy Squire, Aldo Nova, brilliant. He's touring with UFO. Oh man, that would have been brilliant. Aldo Nova and UFO, Motorhead and Crocus, Barna Rojo. Police waited backstage, not the police, the strong arm of the law. Waited backstage to haul Triumph drummer Gilmore off to the Slammer, charging him with some conspiracy to commit arson. He was just arsing about, or something, such thing, after he got the Cincinnati Arena crowd to light up their matches during a solo. Crazy. Tour news, Castle Donington tickets are on sale. Spider continue their non-stop tour. Grand Prix, working with Tom Allen, producer. Randy, California, and Judy Sook. I went to see Judy Sook, I can't remember how you pronounce it, about 10, 12, 15 years ago or something like that. She was supported by her daughter Bailey, and you know, I wouldn't say I wasn't a fan, but I didn't listen to that sort of stuff when I was buying KERRANG. But it was great, really good. She's still got a great voice, and her daughter, she's got a fantastic voice. Picture of the Stones. Oh, Angel Witch, Paul Sampson and Kevin Hayborn, the late great Paul Sampson. Second East Anglian Rock Festival. Headliners Saxon. The bill will feature Hawkwind, Samson, SOS featuring Bernie Marsden and Angel Witch. The event takes place at the Mildenhall Speedway track. So I guess the unannounced guest would have been Stampede. I think, because he did the live album, live in Mildenhall. And who is this person? Who are they now? I will scan that in for you. Top 30 cuts, what's going down at the weekly requests at the Dolphin, Fife Road in Kingston. Must have been a discotheque, heavy metal discotheque. Top 30 cuts. So another one I'll scan in. Top 30, you can download these or put them in a playlist or just generally ignore what I'm saying. Number 1, Can't Live Without You. Can't live without you. Do. Scorpions, Rescue Me, Rescue. Hurricane by Y&T. Ready or Not, Riggs. I said this on last week's episode. Riggs, don't know a lot about them. And then We Belong to the Night. UFO. Number 5, Bedroom Game by Anvil. So that's the Mayhem. Escape to Victory. Steve Gett talks to Journey's Neil Sean. I'll try and hold these up for a bit longer today, because last week's one I just flew through. I don't want to scan them in because I don't want to get done for copyright, but that was my little cat. If I hold them up longer, you'll get to see the pictures. And I'm not going to read all the interviews and everything like that, because we'll be here all day. I mean, we will be. And I've got a stupid Scottish accent. People will just be complaining. More Neil Sean. Now, serendipity, is that the word I'm looking for? I mentioned Rage's Nice and Dirty, but 5 minutes ago said I wouldn't be allowed to show it on this show in 2025. Well, I'm going to go for it. Because it's in black and white and I'll hold it back a bit. It's a really good album, actually. So this is Rage, Nice and Dirty. It is a good album. Very tuneful, sort of AC/DC-ish, but it's a good band. Randy California, Captain Copter. Great guitar player. Although his the solo album that he did, it was a Euro-American. That really wasn't very good. I've got a live sort of session from Reading that year, and he's doing the Killer Weed. Y&T. Oh, I was watching a video the other day. That must be one of these things that stops weather manipulation. You point it at the clouds and they go away. Either that, you can boil vinegar. I've been watching a lot of these videos, just in case. Just in case something crazy happens to me. Bernie Tormey, Before You Go Home, Turn Out the Lights at our price. Good album, that. Chelsea Girl. Mine's White Vinyl, I think mine is. Cheap Trick, look at Rick Nielsen with, I guess, his 1969 Paisley Fender Telecaster. James Burton model, I think you could safely refer to that as. Look at him, He does always look crazy, the old Rick Nielsen. Contact. I don't want to contact anybody now. Blue Oyster Cult. The wonderfully subtle composition, the work of renowned prankster Hugh Brown, is a proposed single cover from the Cult, rejected by their record label. Of course, it's Joan Crawford Has Risen from the Grave. That's a good tune, that. Here we go, the late, great Rhett Forrester replaced hold that a bit longer. Replaced Guy Speranza in one of the best bands ever, Riot. I think I had his solo album, I was going to say first, but I think he only had one solo album. and the video was assume the position, which I definitely wouldn't show now. But I think he was murdered in a attempted carjacking, maybe in Vegas or something like that. I don't know, but somebody tried to steal his car, and he fought back, as a lot of people would do, and he got murdered. So let's look at some cuts. So these will be the reviews. I'll scan these ones in now. Please do look away if you don't like somebody doing the old Harvey Smith, as it was known. Woohoo! Wasn't me who's doing it, it's him who's doing it. I read the other day that David Rock finds things about 78. I didn't realise that. So what was reviewed? The Rods, Wild Dogs, brilliant. Is that my favourite Rods album? I think so. I think Wild Dogs is my favourite Rods album. I'm going to do a series on flawless albums which there's nothing bad on them, or maybe just a couple of wee bits, but generally a good 9.9 out of 10. And Wild Dogs by the Rods, incredible album. Bernie Tormey, Turn Out the Lights, Hanoi Rocks. I'm never a huge Hanoi Rocks fan. I've seen them a couple of times, but a lot of my friends were into Hanoi Rocks and I was into Motley Crue. They didn't really like Motley Crue, and I wasn't overly keen on Hanoi Rocks. But I mean, I do have a few albums, and I don't think they're rubbish, but I was never really into them. They're all right. Riot, Restless Breed. We are the restless breed. It's a good album, that. Rage, Nice and Dirty, Heart, Private Audition. So I'll scan them in and you can pause and read them at your leisure. So there's an advert for the very album we're just talking about, Private Audition by Heart. And here we go, a world exclusive interview, probably about 10 pages with Mr. Robert Plant. Percy Plant. I haven't been to see that film yet. What's it called? The Beginnings or the Origins of Led Zeppelin. But everybody I know who's seen it said it's really, really good. So there's tons. It was extremely hard for me to even consider working with other people. I know that might sound corny, but it really was. I'd like to be able to go back on stage and do a complete set of material featuring this album. What was that? Pictures at 11? Was it? And the next one. Until I've got that, there's no point of going on the road. I think he was the one, I think Jimmy, old Pagey, he was always happy, to go back touring, whether it be as Led Zeppelin or whatever. But I think Robert was just like, you know what, I'm not going to relive the past. Although I did see, my friend won tickets for the that comeback gig, that one off, the Amit Ertegun thing at Glenville Arena. So I went to that, and it was, people will say, oh, it wasn't the real Led Zeppelin, but it was brilliant. It was really good. I was way too young to go and see Led Zeppelin the first time round. So yeah, there's loads of Zeppelin stuff here. There's a Zeppelin discography, Skinner picture disc, got that somewhere. Zeppelin discography. Here's another thing. I'm showing you that I keep my finger on the pulse here. I noticed that Jason Bonham's doing an American tour, playing the whole of Physical Graffiti, I think. Something like that. But he says, don't worry, there'll be other Zeppelin tracks as well. I think it's Physical Graffiti. I could just be making that up. Aldo Nova advert. Concerts. Stunning. I'll just quickly show you these, but I'll scan them in. So we have Queen, Heart. Oh yeah, that's right, the teardrop explodes. What did they do? Did they reward? Sounds like madness or something, sorry. Our Leeds United football ground, Marillion. Neil from the young ones, hearing good reports of the Fish farewell tour. Commenters saying it was good. I've got friends who've been to see him, said it was really good. I was never a huge Marillion fan. What I find strange, I might do another series like crossover artists, because I played in a lot of sort of goth bands. I've done tons and tons of gigs with other goth bands. And the amount of people in the goth scene who love Marillion, it's just, I always find it strange. It's because of the depth of the lyrics. Maybe. Wishbone Ash and Rory Gallagher, Rory's Golden Duck. The City Hall in Newcastle. I've only been there once, and I've been there a couple of times actually. I went to see, first time was Guns N' Roses and Faster Pussycat, because they only did like 5 or 6 dates, didn't come up to Scotland. And then the second time was Vane. Vane was supporting Skid Row, and again they weren't coming to Scotland, so absolutely, the first Vane album, No Respect, flawless album. So we went down to Newcastle City Hall. Anyway, the Rolling Stones. I've only seen the Stones once because my wife insisted that I went. At the Apollo. I've seen Quote the Apollo and stuff like that. Or, good band, Or. Was the singer Gordon MacArthur. Where are they now? Oh, look. Van Halen in fancy dress. More Van Halen. Oh, there we go, Paul Hamer. Oh, I scanned this. I scanned in and sent it to the folks on the Hamer Facebook group. I've got my Hamer graphic special here. Currently for sale, if anybody's interested. I've got a few more guitars coming. I need to make some room. I need to get a new camera as well when I'm there. If I had a Hamer, Iron Maiden, brilliant now. Maiden, look at that stage show. Brilliant. Oh, Blue Bass. Who's in Armed and Ready? We have Mortal Disguise and Virgin Steel with Jack Starr. Virgin Steel, I've got his, what's his solo album? Jack Starr's Burning Star or something. I'm maybe missing a page here. Mortal Disguise, hail from Luton Airport. So no, really, Mortal Disguise. Was there not another, like an American band? Mortal Sin. One of the offerings was penned by the infamous Gary Holden from the sub-legendary Heavy Metal Kids and Auf Wiedersehen Pet, of course. One of the greatest TV shows ever, Auf Wiedersehen Pet. I'll scan these in for you. Mortal Disguise and Virgin Steel describing themselves as a second generation heavy metal band. This is 1982 and already second generation in 1982. I'll check my other copy of this to make sure that I'm not missing a page. Wouldn't want anybody writing in and complaining. No, I'm going to go with this one because that one's falling a bit. So I think what it was, I put the Bernie Tormey poster on my wall, but still on this one. So where were we? Virgin Steel, Kerrang, Crossword, Pen Pals. Is anybody? At least nobody sent their photograph in. It would be funny, I've been doing these and looking back and thinking, this is like how many years? 40 years ago. This is 43 years ago. So these people, like, I would have been like 16 at this point in time or something like that. So there'll be people writing in here who were 22, and I can't do the maths in my head, who will be old age pensioners by now. That's truly crazy. Like, here's somebody who's 22, 14, 26. So yeah, I mean, that somebody who's in their 70s now, man, time is flying. Lonely, 18, attractive, tall female wants headbangers to go to gigs and socialise with. I'm into most heavy rock and heavy metal, so come on, all you good-looking, hunky male headbangers. Get pen to paper and write to me and cheer up a lonely female headbanger. And females too. That's good. So I'll not read it anymore. I don't want to embarrass anybody. Oh, here we go. We could win Bernie Torme's Smash Guitar. I noticed his Bernie's son, I think it was, has got a song out and he was posting on Bernie's Facebook page the other week there. And they were selling all Bernie's pedals and stuff. Here we go. Winner received. What was Bernie Torme's first single? Now, if you get these right, I can't send you his guitar. This is a while ago. Who did Bernie replace as guitarist in Gillan? And number 3, where does the name of Bernie's band, the Electric Gypsies, come from? Now, I wonder if they mean like his first single, that would mean like the Bernie Torme band. I don't know how. There we go, Rory and his battered Stratocaster. I noticed Joe Bonamassa was gifted Rory's Rangemaster by Rory's brother, I think. And Stand By Your Man, Lemmy and Wendy, too late greats, Plasmatics. Letters. Oh, here we go, here's the important stuff. Who's got the longest locks? L-O-C-K-S, locks. Here we go. I'll just read one out. So this is from somebody who signs off as public animal. Talk about disgusted. I don't think I've ever read such unadulterated bull as the letter you printed in Kerrang number 15 from the so-called anti-Van Halen League. This sort of trash is typical of the many narrow-minded heavy metal fanatics. They lack taste. Personally, I always thought people went to gigs primarily to listen to the music, not just stare at the bloody light show. Van Halen are without doubt the best heavy metal band in the world today. Oh, my camera's flashing, I've done 23 minutes. So I'm going to forge ahead, but if this stops, then it's because my camera stopped. And all you have a great Sunday. Anyway, if it keeps going, they are among a rare breed who are willing to be different. As for his comments about the so-called truly abysmal Women and Children First LP, if he hasn't got the sense to appreciate the sheer power of Romeo's Delight, the energy of Fools, or the humour of Could This Be Magic, then I hold no hope of him ever appreciating the imagination or subtleties of any form of music at all. Tell the pleb, he could go back to the boring monotony of Black Sabbath and leave the decent music to those who can appreciate it properly. Can't say fairer than that, folks. Well, dearly beloved, I hope you enjoyed this gathering on a Sunday. As ever, have a great Sunday. Cheers for now.